Sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
From the 27, Willis. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run with Gibson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
19.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. Back to the ground with Gibson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Get it.
From the 39, Willis. He's got it to Gibson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's going to be a good matchup for him, using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. 2nd down. Willis looks to throw here. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. The slot man in motion right. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The Cowboys at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and
8. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career. So that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Prescott. Buying time to his left. And this one caught by Max Williams. Down inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Throwing. Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Touchdown, Washington! Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
We're going to 54, right here. We're going 47. Hey, kill. Then we're going to 53. Then we're going to 54, right here. Gun.
Prescott to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, kill.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Maher is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense.
It's caught at the 10. A huge play there for Washington. 68 yards.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. They'll run with Gibson.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Willis with a quick throw out wide. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas
from 4 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 75 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Once more, Gibson.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check pass. Check pass. Check, hurt, hurt. That's what we need. Hey, check that. Street.
1st and 10, it's Willis.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Logan Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Slide for the PAT.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score. Commanders 28. Cowboys 17.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And CD, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, how you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that is incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Prescott. He's going deep for Brown.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw, Willis.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
And the Commanders' first down.
Let's go. Three. 19, 5 years.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Going right back to Dodson.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
Second down throw coming by Willis.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Third down, it's Willis. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
We're going to 53. We're going to 53. We're going to 54. Right here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
46.
From the 40 now on second down. Prescott, he's going to air one out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 2. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw complete to Dodson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
First down, Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, kill.
Prescott now from the 50. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
this is intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on... down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Hold it ready.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And he's unable to get away. They stop him at the line on 4th and 2. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound, and the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Go to 54, go to 54. Kill.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down to the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Let's go. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Willis looks to pass it here. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Now Willis.
Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Pollard again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll send Brown in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. Maher able to put this one through, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So give him 3 on that drive. Normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a first down.
49-yard line. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Commanders.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Commanders 28.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
To the air on first down, here's Willis.
Going for the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington.
This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Let's go!
Willis will try and throw for this.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Marquise Brown, 75 yards. And the Cowboys use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
27.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. That's caught at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
A handoff running left is Gibson.
And some room to work. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
95 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down.
Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Kill. We're going to 53.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough 3rd down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on 2nd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Kill. Everybody, kill. Everybody, 46.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The kick by Maher is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Out Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. From the 16, Willis. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. Micah Parsons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Now Prescott. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 12-yard line. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Cowboys, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the Riasi, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr.